We want to save lives, period.
News 5, we continue our work with you, driving change across southern Colorado.
We are hearing your concerns about the biggest problems you see on the roads. And one of the biggest concerns we've heard from many of you, texting and driving. And 3 years ago, the woman you just heard from, then Senator Lois Court, she sponsored a bill at the Capitol to increase fines for using a phone behind the wheel.
Since then, tickets have actually decreased, but as News 5's Allison Zimmerman discovered, may have nothing to do with drivers changing their driving habits, Allison.
Right, Rob and Elizabeth, state troopers tell me when the fines increased, it also impacted how they can actually enforce the law. That created another set of challenges lawmakers haven't managed to fix.
Texting and driving has gotten completely out of hand.
We hear about crashes caused by drivers texting constantly.
We want to save lives, period.
Texting and driving is illegal, but the way the law is written could actually be making things harder for law enforcement.
Back in the old days when it was just like, I saw the phone, I went ahead and stopped you and ticketed you. Now what a key component of it is the word careless.
Driving carelessly. It's the key word in state law, which changed in 2017.
Sometimes it's not always easy to articulate.
In 2017, CSP reported 753 citations under misuse of a telephone while driving. In 2018, there were 246, and last year, 242.
The more you have into a law, then the more you have to articulate. So it does make it a little more difficult. But if you know what you're doing, then you can stop those people.
Quite frankly, I was okay with that language because if you're doing this, that's careless and dangerous.
Former State Senator Lois Court introduced the 2017 bill, which increased fines and penalties for drivers texting behind the wheel. After the law changed, she learned it had an impact on those trying to enforce it.
We needed to tighten it up, and we decided to simply say, hands held is not legal.
In 2018, she introduced another bill to try and fix it. It died in a Republican-controlled committee. Then, with full Democratic control last year, she brought the bill back. It made it through the Senate, but then failed to make it past a House committee.
I was furious. I was furious because I do not like it when my colleagues at the legislature refuse to pass a law that Coloradans want.
I asked Court if she felt it was an oversight in her 2017 bill when it comes to enforcing the law.
I don't think it was an oversight. I think it was a learning experience. We found out that for officers to see someone doing this, they weren't able to confirm that it was texting and careless.
Court stepped down from her seat earlier this year because of health challenges.
Absolutely broke my heart. I knew there were numerous things that I wanted to do during this session. This was one of them.
Her successor, Chris Hansen, is sponsoring a similar bill in a third attempt to change enforcement.
And that we have to get serious about getting these phones out of our hands and stop texting and driving and stop holding the phone up while you're trying to drive.
There are arguments on both sides of the aisle against this.
I don't believe the guardrails are tight enough.
Republicans like Owen Hill are concerned about legislating something that happens inside of the car, while other Democrats are concerned over racial profiling.
I am not minimizing the importance of not allowing racial profiling, but we have racial profiling laws on the books.
Now the law change is in the hands of Hansen and the other 99 legislators.
And I think this is a great chance for us to take a step forward as a state and have safer roads for everyone.
21 states and the nation's capital have a handheld ban on the books. Here in Colorado, it is illegal for any drivers under 18 to have a phone in their hand. Now, we want to hear from you about the state's texting and driving laws and what you want to see change, and we'll take your concerns to lawmakers. Email us now at drivingchange@KOAA.com. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Allison Zimmerman, News 5.